But yeah, I got back from a weekend. It was more of a week. It's weekend plus two over. What do you call that? In Jakarta. What the heck? But yeah, I basically we got back from Jakarta, which was so it was an adventure, I guess. Got myself diarrhea from something. I'm not sure what, but I ate or drank something, and what do you call that? Give me gave the next 2 days, made the next 2 3 days pretty bad, which was not ideal because on the last day was the plane day. Fly back and imagine having diarrhea on a plane. It's not fun, but luckily I had some medicine, bought some medicine, and it worked somewhat. I didn't get to do what I like. It wasn't a vacation in a sense where I get to rest or whatever. No, it was like we were walking constantly around and it was tiring. But yeah, Jakarta was pretty interesting. All right, but it felt weirdly familiar. Really like it was very similar to what I'm used to. So it's not really a I don't know. I'm not sure if exciting is the right word, but I'm gonna use exciting. It wasn't really that exciting, in a sense. I mean, it was exciting to be in a different country, yeah. But once you're in the city and you're kind of, a day or two in, you look around and it's like, this is just like home, man. It's not that different. It's not too different. Of course, there are differences in terms of like stuff like the stores over there. I don't know if they're I think they're mostly Japanese stores, which was very interesting because some of them I've just never heard of, seen of. There's a lot of like Japanese restaurants too over there in Indonesia, which was there was like so many ramen stop like chains around. There's this one called Monster Curry. It's like they serve you like a giant plate, like a big plate, right? And then they just put it's a big plate. They put curry and then like meat and then whatever, right, based on the menu. But it was like huge. It's a huge dish. We don't have that here in Jupiter, of course. But yeah, and then there's like multiple other like, what do you call that? What do you like? Again, ramen stores. But yeah, but in Jakarta, like so many different Japanese restaurants, and 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 there's like there's just little brands in general that I've never seen before, which was pretty interesting. Yeah, there are like some global ones like like Uniqlo, got your McDonald's, KFC, and all that stuff. But like other than that, though, it's pretty there are like stores I've never seen before, which is pretty cool. Speaking of stores, right? That was like we went to a mall, and you know what was inside this mall? That was a car showroom. That was a Range Rover showroom in that mall, and when it wasn't that big, it was literally just like a little hole in the wall. It wasn't like like a normal mall. Excuse me, store. But instead of like clothes or whatever, they put a car in the middle, and that's a showroom for Range Rover. That was so weird. What? Inside a mall, Range Rover. It was an SUV, so it basically ate up the whole middle part of the store, of that small like what do you call that, storefront. It was so weird. I don't know why would you do that, but all right, I guess. Probably the cheapest place they could find, but this is Range Rover we're talking about. I'm not sure. Cheap is not exactly. Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. That's a weird thing. Speaking of cars, dude, the traffic over in Jakarta is like so bad. It is ass. It is so ass. Like, it is unbelievably bad. Like, if you think that the traffic at your place is bad, be grateful it is not Jakarta. It is like halfway to being India. It is so, I mean, maybe not halfway, but it's so bad. It's so bad. Like, the average speed of cars in Jakarta, in the city, did you know Jakarta has bad traffic? You probably know that. You're not from Jakarta. Sawit. I don't think. What are you talking about, man? Anyway, I would say the average speed of Jakarta traffic is like 5 kilometers per hour. It is so bad. You know what? On the second day, I got some clothes. We bought some clothes from a store. I think it's a Japanese store though. But yeah, I bought some clothes. Like that. On the second day, we went out for dinner, and it was in a mall that was 8 kilometers away. Do you know how long it took me to travel 8 kilometers inside the taxi? Take a guess how long it took to get to the mall that was 8 kilometers away from the hotel we were staying at, which was actually pretty good. I think I'm not sure what store it is. I wasn't the one booking. I didn't book it. I was just I was dragged along. I was basically just dragged along for this vacation, but the hotel was great though. It was it might have been 5-star, but I don't know. But it was such a good hotel. It was like 3 rooms, 4 bathrooms, or something like that. It was so good. It was a nice hotel. It took me 1 hour. It took us 1 hour to travel 8 kilometers to get dinner. It was so bad. The roads are so small, and it's so congested. Because, like, people, I don't know what the heck is going on, but I feel like people over there, no offense, Titan, but you guys cross the road like the cars don't exist. Like, you just get on the road, not giving a shit about the cars that are, like, traveling to and fro. It is so bizarre. But no one seems to be mad about it. Weirdly enough, like, what? It's so weird. But yeah, but no one seems to be mad about it. But it was still noisy, I guess. People keep honking each other every like 2 minutes. Someone will honk, and I don't know why. It's not like they were like minutes from crashing, because it's not. I didn't drive there. I just took a taxi. Like, we would travel like 5 kilometers average, but people kept honking every 2 minutes. I don't know why. It is so noisy. You're just walking, or you're in the taxi, and then suddenly beep 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 beep, and I'm just like, what are you honking at? Nothing's happening. Shut up. What are you doing? It is so noisy over there. And speaking of motorcycles, you think motorcycles would probably be a good idea for a city this congested. But no, motorcycles don't have it any easier than the cars. It is like plugged to the brim. Like, any space the cars can't be in, motorcycles will plug it. So it's just like constantly you're surrounded by vehicles at all time. And I'm just like, how the fuck do you travel around here? Oh, and there was like one traffic light stop I was in, and on literally there was like a full line of just motorcycles parked at the side, waiting for the light to turn green. And I don't see that here. Over here, when motorcycles even when there's like a bunch of motorcycles, they will all be at the front, and they will only be at the front. You don't get like a full lane of them just lining up, like, you know, front tire to rear tire, line up in a long line it's such a plugged up place. It is bizarre. It's so weird. And you Yeah, and everyone's like driving like they're not SUVs, but no, yeah. I did not see a single sedan. I saw like maybe one or two sedans. Everyone was driving MPVs, like big SUVs, MPVs thing, and it just like, I mean, it was kind of cool because they had like models, yeah, minivans. They have like models that I don't like you don't see anywhere else. Like they still have the Mitsubishi Pajero over there, which is pretty cool. Like I didn't know that was that was still around, but the Pajero is still over there, and it looked neat. I liked it. Wish they were over here though. Everyone's like driving big cars, and the roads are like tiny. Everyone's honking. There's like bikes everywhere. It was just like, it was chaos, and somehow no one died. I haven't seen a single accident, which is good, I guess. But yeah, back to the people. You know, people just cross the road like the cars don't exist, and no one seemed to be mad at all. Everybody just kind of let it happen. And then there's always that like it at certain points, especially like by like intersections, there'll be like random dudes just like standing in the middle of the road, and they'll act as like traffic police effectively, and people will like tip them sometimes. I mean, it's pretty cool, I guess. People can, I mean, obviously the demand is there. People yeah, is that what they call paoga? Yeah, I guess, or whatever. Yeah, that happens. People just do that, and it's not like their job with it. They just do that, and they just get tipped for it. and again, evidently the demand is there. You know how bad the road traffic is, so people will probably like a guide or two. Which is, you know, more power to them. I guess they're hustling, I guess, and it works. But yeah, there was just people in the middle of the road playing traffic police. Speaking of police, I didn't see any. I saw like two, I think. In the 5 days I was there, I only saw like 2 police officers. Yeah, you just barely saw any police, which was weird because like security over there is pretty tight, because to enter malls or public spaces, you gotta get your body scanned. I'm just like, what? Well, why do you need to get a body scan? Like literally every time you enter a mall, you have to get your body scanned. You gotta go through a scanner, and if you have a bag, you gotta put it to an X-ray machine, or let the guard, you know, go through it or whatever. And I'm just like, why? Why? What is that a problem over in Indonesia for something? But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on, but there's like body scanners everywhere. No, I don't think Indonesia's got a gun problem. I don't think you can buy guns in Indonesia. I don't think. Even Titan doesn't know why. But yeah, there's like body scanners everywhere. I'm just like, there's so much security everywhere, yet I barely see any police. So what's the issue right now? You got so many security measures everywhere, and you barely see any police. I'm just like, what? It's so weird. It's such a weird thing. But the people over there, the people over there are nice though, like very friendly. Like when we were at the hotel, when we wanted to cross the road, the guy will literally just hold up a stop sign. He will stand in the middle of the road. Like this guy's like security guard for the hotel, but he will just go to the public road, hold up a stop sign so that we can cross, which was pretty cool. I don't know if that, I think that road is public, but he just went to the middle and be like, all right, buddy, stop. And again, no one gives a shit. Yeah, they were just friendly, smiling all the time. It was great. The people were great. One of them did pressure me to buy 2 pairs of freaking Levi's though. I don't know. He was so friendly, and it was like it wasn't pushy, but you know, I was overwhelmed with the kindness that I kind of just bought 2 Levi pants, and they were not. They were they were pretty expensive, but I got 2 pairs of Levi's now, which is cool, I guess. But yeah, very friendly people, accommodating. It was great. It was great. The people were great. Traffic is shit, but the people were great. The food was nice. Like the food was I like how the food was available for like 24/7. Like when we first got there, we arrived at like 11 p.m. or something. That we arrived to the hotel to the airport 11 p.m. We got to the hotel around 1, and we haven't eaten dinner yet. So we went through the phone, and there's like so many places 24/7 available. And we bought like this rice. I don't know what it's called. It's like say the brand is called like Say Indonesia or something like that. I forgot what it's called, but it's like rice, and there's like meat. There's like vegetables with sambal on it, right? And it was just fried rice, a white rice. It was white rice, minced meat. I don't know what it's called, but the box was black. The box was black, and there's like, I don't know, I think fire on the side. I forget what it's called. I didn't take a picture, unfortunately. I was just hungry. I just ate, and I ate it. I don't know. I forget what it's called. It was like Say Indonesia or something like that. SEI. Something like that. I don't know what it's called. I don't know. I didn't really ask what the food was called. I'm the kind of guy who just eat stuff. I don't really learn the names of anything. I'm just like, oh, food. Oh yeah, they got freaking halal spam over there. They got like meat and chicken spam, which was kind of funny. I didn't get to try it though. I want to try it. It was so funny. Halal spam. Who would have thought that existed? You know spam. You know the can with the I think it was just like random pieces of pork, just stuff in it. Indonesia has like the halal version, which is kind of funny. It looked good though, but I didn't try it. I couldn't. I didn't get to try it. Lontong, we have lontong over here. But on the second day, I'm not sure what I drink or ate, but I drink or ate something, and it gave me like diarrhea, and it was bad. It was really bad. But luckily I didn't shit myself. It was very good. Because we were nowhere near the hotel when I got it. 20 kilometers, maybe even more than that. We were like by the beach front when I got my case of the poopers. It tastes, the food, they all taste good. Just that one of them, I'm not sure what, gave me bad diarrhea. Like the diarrhea, and oh no, the day afterward, what do you call that? Like I was just like, I just refused to eat because I didn't want to, because my stomach felt like weird for like the next 2 days, and it was dangerous as well because the last day, it was the plane day to fly back, and what do you call that? My stomach wasn't fully healed yet, but luckily I didn't shit myself. So that was something, I guess. Oh my god, it was scary though, like because again we were constantly out all the time, and you know, bathrooms, not all of them are free. Gotta pay money. And like actual like physical paper money, not like QR money. If it was QR money, it would not be a problem. But I didn't really have cash on me all the time. I don't feel like it was any hotter or any cooler. I thought it was just, it's similar. It's literally similar to the point where it might as well be just on a city. But again, there are like stuff that you don't see here. Like again, there's like a lot of Japanese stores everywhere. And some coffee shops, there are a lot of bars everywhere. Oh yeah, speaking of stuff, that people were smoking everywhere too. It was like tobacco 24/7. Like good. It's like doggos as well. A lot of doggos, people walking around. Probably did. I don't think I ate that. But yeah, I think. The food tastes great. The water, the drinks though, you need to like ask. I don't know how health conscious Indonesians are, but like their drinks, they don't really have sugar in them. You have to actually ask for sugar if you want to taste. I mean, this is concerning their teas, as most especially. If you just order tea, iced tea, it's literally just leaf water. It's literally just water with leaf flavoring in it. If you want some sweetness, you have to what do you call that? You have to ask for sugar. No, it's not the same over here. If over here, if you ask for iced tea, they give you, iced tea, and usually the sugar's already in there. So I'm not sure if there's like a healthy movement or whatever, but yeah, that's not a lot of sugar. Just pretty neat, I guess, for people who are health conscious. What, leaf water? I sometimes call tea leaf. I mean, it's literally just leaf, man. It's leaf soaked in water. Like what? It's leaf water. I mean, I drink a lot. I drink it every day. Anyway, yeah. For drinks, you need to ask for like sugar, or they'll just like give you like a plain drink. Yeah, just something like that. Yes. Yeah. There's some words that I mean the language. The language, if I read it, I can understand it. It's just that when people speak to me, is when I have a hard time understanding it. Because Indonesians, they speak so fast, and you're just like you understand like the first two words, and then suddenly everything just sounds like la, 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 la. And I was like, what the fuck? It's just like, what did you say? If they speak slowly, I can understand them. But if they speak like normal speed, I'm just like, my dude, I know you're saying words that I should understand, but I do not understand you. That's how I was pressured to buying the two Levi's. I think I was so overwhelmed by his kindness and also with with his words, and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't want to say, okay, can you just like shut up? That was just rude. So I was like, okay. That I was like, I ended up buying the two pairs of pants, which is like, oh god. But yeah, like, but you know, there were some miscommunications here and there. Like, apparently, the word bag doesn't exist in Indonesian. So when I said bag, sometimes they were like, what? I was trying to get a replacement bag because we had like the shopping bag we were carrying, it was too heavy, and it just popped off. So I went back to the counter and I was like, can I have another bag, but in Malay, not in English. So that guy was like, he was a bit like there's that. Like, the word for bag is tas, apparently. Yeah, I mean, it was, again, if they speak slowly, I could understand them and speak to them. Just that some words were off. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm surprised at how East Asian some Indonesians. I think they're Chinese though. But the air, I mean, it was full of tobacco. I'll say that much. I haven't even started playing Skyrim yet. Whatever. But I think they're Chinese. But they speak like Indonesian, just like any other Indonesian, with no accents whatsoever. And it's like, it was so bizarre. It was such a jarring thing for me to see, because the Chinese population over here, Jupiter, when they speak, they usually speak like Chinese or English, mostly Chinese to each other. English, or like the Christian Chinese mostly. And, you know, they speak Malay. They speak Malay if they have to, especially when they when they converse with like Malays. They speak Malays, and when they speak Malays, usually they have like, you know, thick accents, whatever. There are some that can speak just as good as any other Malay, but most of them speak with thick accents and all that. But over Indonesia though, like, I think they're Chinese. I don't know. They look Chinese. They look East Asian at the very least. They speak Indonesian, like, even amongst themselves, and it's like, it's such a jarring thing for me to see, because it doesn't happen over here. Like, over here, if Chinese people are like grouped up together, again, they speak Chinese to each other or English. But over there, everyone speaks the same language, regardless of what their ethnicity is, and it's like, I mean, I guess that's the same as like America and all that, but or like it's not something I'm exposed to all the time at all actually. Because over here in Jupiter, everyone like if you're grouped up with your own ethnicities, everyone just speak the local language, the local language. Like Indians speak Indian to each other, Hindu, Chinese speak Chinese to each other, Malay speak Malay to each other, right? Right, and then there'll be the odd groups that speak English here and there, but yeah, just seeing like an East Asian looking person speaking Indonesian just as good as any other Indonesian with no accents whatsoever amongst themselves was such an interesting, bizarre, jarring thing to see and listen to. And I'm just like, whoa. I don't know. Maybe. No, like even when among themselves, no, maybe they are, but I'm sure they were like there was like this this Chinese couple, old lady and old man. They were speaking Indonesian to each other. I'm beyond sure they're Chinese, right? Maybe I'm racist, but whatever. I'm beyond sure they're Chinese, but they spoke Indonesian. They didn't speak Chinese at all, which was just like wow. It's a surprising thing to see coming from what I'm used to. Just such a bizarre thing, but not in a bad way. Just not something you expect. Oh no, that was one thing I want to say something. This is concerning traffic as well. Back to the shit traffic. Do one morning I saw like 2 cars just parked in the middle of the road. Like they were just parked. They weren't like waiting for someone. They straight up just parked and left that car there in the middle of the road. It's a 2-lane road, right? They parked their car on 1 lane and they just left it there. And I guess I don't know if people were angry or not, but no one was honking. The police weren't around to like ticket the guy or tow the fucking car away. They just left. They literally just left their car there, and everyone just kind of maybe they were angry, but I didn't hear people screaming or whatever. People purposely damaging the car. They just kind of drove around. It caused a huge traffic jam. But people just go in 1 lane and then just. Why would you do that? Just why? You do that here, you're gonna get a ticket at the very least. Maybe the car towed, or just someone purposely damaging your car, and people will be like, justice served. It's just a. It's wild. I feel like the presence of like Japanese brands over in Jakarta. I feel like Jakarta is basically like if you can't afford Tokyo, you go to Jakarta. I don't know if that's an insult or not, but I feel like that's a pretty good way to describe Jakarta. It won't be the same as Tokyo, you won't have the Japanese, traffic. I don't know how traffic it is in Tokyo, but I'm beyond 100% sure it is 100% better than the traffic over in Jakarta. But yeah, the prevalence of like Japanese brands basically everywhere. Again, if you can't afford Tokyo, I think you can just go to Jakarta really. And you'll get some of the Japanese. I mean, you won't get the full Japanese experience, but if you want to see Japanese stores and restaurants and all that, I think Jakarta is a pretty good spot for that. Or if you want to experience Japan without going to Japan, or you can just go experience the local stuff, local foods and all that, which is equally as good. My mom said they were spicy, but I didn't encounter any spicy food at all. So I'm not sure what the heck she was on about. Like literally, like on the second day on breakfast, I ordered like fried noodles or something, and on the table there's like like one of those like things you can squeeze on to your dish, right? It's like sambal. I just took it and just like literally just sprayed it across my thing, and it was nice. It was sweet, right? It wasn't really spicy. It lingered on the tongue, yeah, but it wasn't really spicy. So not sure what happened there. Anyway, I'm sure I'll have more things to say about Indonesia sometime later. But I'm almost like 1 hour in, and I haven't played Skyrim yet. So Skyrim,